Are you Indian and hungry? I am Indian and I'm not that hungry. I'm not that hungry either. I just had some votre chicken. What? I had some votre chicken and samosas. Why are you saying it like that? Saying what? You said votre chicken and samosas. You're probably not used to an American pronouncing it correctly. No, that's not what's happening here. I also had some naan. Naan? Yeah, you might know it as naan bread. None of these are accurate pronunciations, and I don't even like Indian food. Oh, what food do you like? I like Chinese food, like fried rice, chicken duck, chicken sauce. You definitely cannot say that. You must have heard of let me see the brain. Okay. Yeah, what? What I do is great. I didn't know where no street. She made you clap, but I really talked about do what you do. She made you clap, but I really you made me clap, but I really talked about thank you. I'm saying, you have handed over
You know what I've always said? You know how you got to vote to go to war, supposedly? I've always said we should pass a law that when Congress votes to go to war, someone in their immediate family has to begin immediate military service. If they vote yes to go to war, then someone in their family, because I'm sick and tired of Vietnam stuff.
I'll tell you this, and this is why I don't know if I was that person in the other group that got lynched all over me.
Are you looking for a reliable water pump for your farm, home, school, apartments, or factory? Well, look no further. I present to you running water pumps from Italy. These pumps are built.
Hey, niggas was so stuck on the party next door saying, sit on it. They completely ignored the part after music like this. All of these songs. Every time that I write a love song, I just be close to you. There's something about you, baby. All of these songs. All of these songs. Hey, I'm thinking of looking all the way right now. Just holding you back. Hey, I'm thinking of looking all.
Yo, I like body language very. You just like your mouth, like you just keep your mouth open.
Keep up. Release the beasts. Oh, yes. Why are they all fat? Damn, release the chunky. You really should let them walk. They should not be that fat. Oh, shut up.
You from Amsterdam, bro? How long you lived here?
Since the first day I've been here.
You were born and raised.
Nah, I born in the jungle. I'm a swimmer.
Are you happy now in life?
I'm always happy. As long as I breathe and I'm healthy, that makes me rich. Money is just a tool. Happiness, you can find in the world. Happiness you create inside of you.
When did you discover this in your life?
I'm born like that.
When did you know
The
that?
second time I'm on this earth, the first time I died, I was 6 months and I died. And then they put a mark on the baby, and the second baby came back with the same mark.
You think you'll die and be born again?
Yeah, I am.
How do you know?
In the jungle, they do ceremonies. And my mind, all these elders, they call me God. I'm older than them. I'm older than my mom.
You need to enhance three qualities to be called intelligent. So, number one,
For me, the policy, the person was on the journey.
Okay, I thought it was 2 things. Got a quick question for you. The greatest black leader in America history. Martin Luther King, Abraham Lincoln, Malcolm X, and Donald Trump.
Literally have to work. I got to work. I literally have to leave.
So you mean to tell me Jay-Z just changed his name on all platforms to Jay-Z with 2 dots over the Y right after his name was in the Epstein file? So you mean to tell me Jay-Z just changed his name on all platforms to Jay-Z with 2 dots over the Y right after his name was in the Epstein files and he got exposed for supposedly doing some awful things? So he's now trying to change his identity as if people are going to ever know him as someone other than who he already is? Not only that, he actually went back and changed all of his album arts to adapt to this new spelling. What is the goal here, guys? I mean, Jay-Z just changed his name on everything to Jay-Z with 2 dots.
This is the real Napoleon. They replaced this nigga. They kidnapped Napoleon. This is Napoleon. This is the real Napoleon. They replaced this nigga. They kidnapped Napoleon. This is Napoleon. They kidnapped this nigga and replaced him with a white man. He didn't look like this. They want you to think that he looked like this. But he was a nigga. He was a nigga, my nigga. He was a nigga. He looked like this. He didn't look like this. This is a trick. This is a trick from the white man. They're trying to steal our heritage. They're trying to steal our people. We was everything. We was Napoleon. Napoleon Bonaparte. More like nigga part.
If you're dating a beautiful girl, just know that a minimum of 2 men a day try their luck on her. That makes the fruit of silence.
Now give me a kiss. I love you.
I love you too.
This is my first time really really showing the whole Instagram who my man is and stuff. I don't do that. Like who I go with and stuff. Now everybody gonna be, all the hoes gonna be in your DM trying to talk to you.
No, they're not.
Cause who you go with? What's my name?
Yeah.
Exactly. And how old am I?
45.
No. You 35. I'm 48.
Ah, yeah, 48.
And how many kids I have?
Got 7 kids.
And how many baby daddies?
Yeah, 7 baby daddies.
8 baby daddies.
Oh, 8.
Yeah. Don't forget that.
Right.
Give me a kiss. Smile for me. Smile, baby. Let me see your wings. I'm sitting. Are you sweating, baby? You hot?
A little bit.
I'm making you hot. You really keep all these girls keep putting hard eyes and all that.
Alright, let's have a look. Excuse me, sir, what song are you listening to?
Sorry?
What song are you listening to?
I'm not listening to
Fair enough. Okay, whoa! Rama. Excuse me, what song are you listening to?
Please, top 100.
Are you ready?
Look at this. We created this. This didn't exist before we were. Hey, just out here exploring Lit VM.
Litecoin's ZK-powered OmniChain. Lithium's built on Litecoin, but it runs like Ethereum. Fast, secure, EVM compatible.
Y'all agree?
That they claim. And the move that he toward is a testament. Above all, the biggest testament is the game that Michael Jackson moved in the people culture. The game that's like taboo, people are scared to do this because a lot of people do.
Ready for this summer. Right, I'm going to continue and I'm going to play back.
Kann man sagen, dass Hitler der Mann ihres Lebens war?
Ja, 100%. 100%.
So Iran is basically telling Donald Trump that if you bomb us, we're going to release videos of you molesting children. But then on the flip, you got Israel saying if you don't bomb Iran, we're going to release videos of you molesting children. So, Donald Trump wants to save the world and stop us from getting to World War III. He will himself release the videos of himself molesting children. That's what a hero would do.
Like you was out of the record and the Gucci.
I got a plan of black in the Gucci.
Let me see your body, loving on your body, kissing on your body.
You're never supposed to live in red. Did you know that? Well, here's my nation. Have you ever noticed how cars from the 60s and the 70s were bold, deep red, turquoise, mustard yellow, sky blue? Now, look at a parking lot. White, black, gray. Look at neighborhoods built in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Color tile bathroom. Restaurants with personality. Diners, neon signs. Places felt distinct. Now, look at these new developments. Gray siding, black trim, white interiors. But what happened? How did we stuck with this bland, modern look today? By the 1980s and 1990s, corporations began expanding nationally. Chains replaced local spots. Housing developments got bigger. Ownership moved away from neighborhoods, and housing slowly became more than shelter. It became an investment. When you're building one place, you take risks. When you're building hundreds, risk is expensive. Design has to work everywhere. By the 2000s, neutral became the safest bet. Gray sells faster. Gray appeals wider. Gray is just more universal.
They tell you they want the real you to the real you come out now everybody's dead. What's
These girls that you guys be thirsty over on Instagram, a lot of them.
What's your deepest, darkest fantasy?
I've always secretly wanted to be able to afford.
Like,
You know, like anything, just being able to afford anything at all. It's a modest living kink, and
Every city is America.
It's real, it's a Memphis.
Yes, and that is not no Memphis shit that he's doing. Real shit. That is not no Great Street Memphis that he's doing right now.
That's some industry, man.
Bro, and that's the problem, bro. Like, he need to go out.
Are you a homosexual? I am. Yes, Mr. Trump, I know.
So my first baby daddy, which is my first love, and he's the father of my oldest, he has transitioned from Tony to Tracy.
I don't think I would have told you.
My second baby daddy was kicked in the chest by a horse. It gave him an instant heart attack and he died. My third baby daddy was a deadbeat. I didn't know that he was married, and I told him I was pregnant. He confessed to her what the situation was, and all that. She went with it, and now we're just waiting on the DNA test to come back so that they can pay child support. My fourth baby daddy decided he wanted to fucking be a pirate and go rob the boat freights and shit like that. So he is now serving 20 years. Then my last two kids have the same father, and he is 72 years old, living in a nursing home with dementia.
In 1979, a man named Carol had 2 private jets, 2 Rolls Royce.
In Iceland, you don't have to lock your bike. But I recommend it, otherwise it will be stolen. Being black in Iceland is like...
You mean to tell me your car is funny? Watch this, and I'll be right back. Tell you why it's funny.
Files dropped on January 30th, and within 1 week, 6 different countries suddenly announced cancer cures. That's not a coincidence.
January 30th, 2026, Epstein Files released. February 27th, 2026, Spain, China, Cuba, Russia, Japan, and Australia all announced breakthrough cancer treatments at the exact same time. The U.S. withdrew from the WHO on January 22nd, and suddenly cures appear everywhere.
So for decades, we had no cancer cure. Then the Epstein files exposed big pharma connections, and suddenly everyone has cures.
Bill Gates was named in the Epstein Files. Gates has massive investments in pharmaceutical companies and WHO funding. Within days of his name being exposed, countries started announcing treatments the WHO allegedly suppressed.
So you're saying they were hiding cancer cures to protect pharmaceutical profits?
Look at the timing. Pancreatic cancer vaccine, 60 to 80% success rate in trials. Colorectal cancer immunotherapy breakthroughs. Russian mRNA cancer vaccine, all announced in a 7-day window after Epstein Files dropped.
But couldn't this just be coincidental timing with World Cancer Day on February 4th?
That's the cover story. But ask yourself, why did countries wait until after the U.S. left the WHO to announce these? Social media exploded saying America has been holding back development for years to please pharmaceutical giants.
So the WHO was the gatekeeper preventing cures from being released.
Gates funded the WHO. Gates is named in Epstein Files, meeting with him multiple times. Gates has billions invested in big pharma. Now that he's exposed and the U.S. left WHO, suddenly the floodgates open with cancer breakthroughs.
You're connecting Epstein to cancer suppression through Bill Gates and the WHO?
The conspiracy theory writes itself. Keep people sick, sell them expensive treatments forever. Make billions. Cure them all.
As a black person, I don't even know how you can entertain religion. If there's one thing that atheists and believers should be able to agree upon, is that if there is a God, he does not like white people. Look at our history. Enslaved, colonized, segregated, unalived in the streets, locked up, sterilized, and experimented on over and over. And somehow we are still the loudest in church in a religion that clearly hates us. The God we thank for our meals is the same one who just sat there and watched during slavery.
Because you need to understand. Because you need to understand Ukraine. You need to feel Ukraine in order to support it.
Did you really want to charge to use toilets on our airplanes? Yes or no?
Yes, but not because I want the money. We give the money away to charity. I want to get rid of we have 3 toilets. If I can get rid of the 2 toilets at the back of the planes, I can add 6 extra seats. With 6 extra seats, I can.
ricordielo, vita antinambiente, cercando loro non me vita ambiente sì.
Israeli manpower, no weakness. And if you're afraid of strong men, you better watch out for weak men.
I need a cut, but I couldn't wait. You see my boy Trey Songz?
Yeah, Trey Songz.
Yo, who remembers this? The good old days, when the best way to escape was, well, to get tipsy. Because the new generation, they're way smarter than us. They know alcohol is poison.
And as a result, the alcohol industry struggled. Well, that's what some people think, but not so fast. The corporations have adjusted. I mean, you didn't think they would give up that easily. Selling addictive and destructive products is way too much of a gold mine. You see, this requires you being somewhat social. It's not like Gen Z and Gen Alpha are actually doing that. So they've moved on from selling products that will give you liver damage to something far more efficient, something that will give you brain damage and also cover your pockets at the same time. Getting tipsy is for old people. You move online gambling.
I just lost $4 million. My mom hit my ledger, and I manipulated my mom.
I mean, why would you leave the house if they can bring in this casino program into your bedroom? If people are already addicted to your phone, then it only makes sense to stack it with another addiction. No wonder 45% of men between the ages of 18 and 25 have never approached a woman in person. I mean, why do that when you could just focus on whether or not your parlay hits? I mean, at least you're getting something. So just as alcohol consumption is winding down, we reach a new era of digital practice. But you're not like that, right?
Do you have a gambling problem? No, I enjoy it. It's a hobby.
Would you rather not crack the room with everybody in the world like you did, or would you rather crack the room nobody ever found out?
Imagine being married to your wife and you had 3 kids with her, and then you find out that one of the kids is not yours. That means that your wife cheated on you. Crazy. How about if you found out that 2 of the kids that you thought were yours are not? Your blood is probably boiling at this point. Well, guess what? In the Sean Flood's case, this man found out that all 3 of the kids were not his. And to make things even worse, not only was this woman cheating on this man, she was cheating on him with his relatives. So the kids belonged to his relatives. To gain information, Deshaun decides to go down to his wife's job and confront her about it. She sees him coming and runs inside of one of her co-workers' car. That didn't stop Deshaun from shooting her multiple times. And when she tried to run wild shot, Deshaun chased her down and pistol whipped her. After hearing the gunshots, some of the co-workers called the cops. The cops came, arrested Deshaun, and the wife made it to the hospital where she survived. There are some people on the internet that are saying it's a valid crash out because not only was she cheating on him, she was cheating on this man with his relatives. And others are saying that they believe that he took it too far.
Take a regular picture. Stand up. Papa, stand up. Can you please stand up and take a regular picture? Oh my God. I'm about to take a Look at my feet.
Being the parent aware that the little boy was looking on social media, he had the internet, on his Roblox, on Fortnite, and we also discovered that he had 19 chats that were open where he were discussing and having conversations with people he didn't even know who they were, potentially child predators. And this 8-year-old little boy had 19 open chats. Somebody was trying to kidnap him or harm him. Mother didn't know. She didn't know the dangers of him having this thing unmonitored. So parents, please, if you allow your child to be on these tablets, please monitor what they are looking at. You have to be on top of that. If
all that Roblox shit, like, once I remember my sister, I got a big sister, you know what I'm saying? I got 2 nieces. Like, oh yeah, you be on Roblox and shit. I'm like, yeah, be careful with them being on Roblox and shit. I grew up playing the game, you feel me? But luckily I was able to play with people that was around my age, you know? It was like mostly people my age I was playing when I was like, but I was playing with grown ass men sometimes, bro. But they never tried to get me to lure out the house and no shit like that. But I can see how it can happen easily. Because I did add a couple of niggas on Facebook. You feel me? When I was little as hell. Luckily, them niggas just wasn't on no weird shit. They was cool. You feel me? From what I know. You
can't monitor, like, bro, they will join a Discord, now they got Discord in these chats, they'll tell them how to turn the VPN off, and hey, yeah, do this, do no. This is a whole big piece, and then especially after the Epstein files and all this release, you better be on this shit, you better be watching this shit. And you think like, oh, the actors, they ain't gonna let that happen. Now you see, they doing it at the highest level. Why wouldn't they let it happen?
Sometimes speaking out because somebody has to. I seen corruption, I seen crime, but nothing like this. When the survival statements came last year, during Jeffrey Epstein's operations here in Nigeria,
no.
Collected evidence from remote images, raising children before dating back to 2002. Strange aircraft sightings, local people threatening to stay quiet.
She's just not my flavor. I'm big into health and fitness. She's not, so just respectfully.
I know, I don't have fun. You don't have to. I'm good.
Gotta be real.
And see, so what did you say? What did you say?
Because right now, as you just start when you start off, you don't have your teeth. Can you explain like the prison system took your teeth away?
My teeth are white and for I had a fight with some guy, everybody stood up, I was coming out of the army. He was a special ops, someone in the army, and we killed some man, and caught with white, so everybody live up in the prison. Still with the military training and shit, so they told me, don't come out on the walk, now I'm gonna kill you. I thought, yeah, bitch. Got shit to do. Ain't no already. I ain't telling my nigga do that. Show me what you know, right? So when he came out, they told me they wanted to know something crazy.
I told you this 9 times. Sex with 14-year-old girls is the first step. Then the money laundering, the corruption, all the things you're doing for them. Then it's little kids. And then it's we're gonna go in this basement. And there's 2 toddlers who used up and they get raped for about a year. Cigarette burns all over them, broken bones, drooling. We want you to go in there, we want you to rape them and then blow their heads off. By the way, this is kind of FBI reports you'll see on theirs. And I'm telling you, like, actual stories here. And there's other ones that got her some guy out and were later confirmed with finders where they have some rich banker, wife and husband, that were super high level after a decade that they would come to one day and say, get in the back of the van. They put guns to their heads. And they take them and they say, all right, this is all on tape. See that 6-year-old girl? We want you to rip her throat out with your own teeth and rub the blood all over you on camera. We're going to kill you right now. And they shotguns, ready to die. And the bankers are crying. They're like, get in there, pussies. By the way, scream hell Satan while you do. And there's cameras. They go in and they just tear that little girl's throat out and then roll around the blood. And they come in and they say, that's a good one. Now, you're going to stay here for 2 weeks until you've eaten every bite of that kid. It's about.
You have a boyfriend?
No.
Oh my God, dude, why are you putting it in the toilets? Don't be such a pussy. Why didn't you flush? It's clogged. What did you eat? It's the fetus of a baby ocelot. Find it in Central Park Zoo.
What most people don't appear to understand is Ghislaine Maxwell, who was the Mossad officer. Jeffrey Epstein was actually her employee. Ghislaine Maxwell is the daughter of
We're here at the age 8 in York.
Oh shit, they was supposed to sell. Getting off the bridge to come to life, my brother fell. Ain't nobody know what they was like, but that shit supposed to sell. I ain't my. Oh shit, they was supposed to sell. Getting off the bridge to come to life, my brother fell. Ain't nobody know.
Are you freaking kidding me? Are you? You didn't just do that. Of a family for sale over 2 weeks. Dumping mountains of rotten dates right beside their house, bringing cows and sheep to graze on them. They have been trespassing on the family's land, filming them and tormenting them almost daily. One of them is avec, head and founder of the nearby Malaki Hashalom farming outpost. He has been sanctioned by Britain for threatening and perpetuating acts of aggression and violence against Palestinians. He is the director of Libby Construction and Infrastructure, a sanctioned company founded by his brother, Harold Libby, that sells flat pack houses for outposts and settlements. The genocidal company is also contracted by the Israeli government to build those homes in Gaza. Settlers drive up to the house on their ATVs, walk around the property, try to video inside, threaten to steal the family's goats and sheep, and bring over 30 sheep or cows to graze on the day, destroying the family's property in the process. On 2 occasions, this has escalated to 9 to 10 settlers with horses, sheep, and cows and invade the family's property. The family are not able to remove the dates themselves due to fears around escalation and the repercussions from the occupation army and the settlers. They've tried to speak to the police, but they've been told that there is a grey area around who owns the land. The police often refuse to show up when the settlers harass them. This combined with eviction notices, intense surveillance, settler drones that fly overhead blowing sirens and Hebrew music, settlers in cars beeping outside their homes, harassment from the army, and severe limitations on where the family are allowed to graze their flock is taking its toll. And forced displacement seems imminent. Settlers have been escalating harassment and terrorizing of a family for sale over 2 weeks, dumping mountains of rotten dates right beside their house, bringing cows and sheep to graze on them. They have been trespassing on the family's land, filming them and tormenting them almost daily. One of them is Libby, head and founder of the nearby Malaki Hashalom farming outpost. He has been sanctioned by Britain for threatening and perpetuating acts of aggression and violence against Palestinians. He is the director of Libby Construction and Infrastructure, a sanctioned company founded by his brother, Harold Libby, that sells flat pack houses for outposts and settlements. The genocidal company is also contracted by the Israeli government to bulldoze homes in Gaza. Settlers drive up to the house on their ATV, walk around the property, try to video inside, threaten to steal the family's goats and sheep, and bring over 30
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Why'd you call me? A Jew. Why'd you call me that? 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 Everybody who's been raped attracted to it. No, answer this question. Everybody who's been raped attracted that rape.
1,300 cases of pedophilia.
And the children attracted that pedophilia.
You really want to go there? There's no, all these things will be labeled good and bad, and have been labeled good or bad depending on who you're taking side of it.
I have a really hard time with this. If I went home today and somebody was assaulting my wife, I would forcibly stop.
Probably.
No, probably 100% certain. I wouldn't say maybe this is his belief and this is my belief.
You're going to react in that setting exactly in proportion to your morality at the time. If you see what he's doing is evil, you're going to do it. You can't stop him.
But it is evil.
Your perception will be.
It's not okay to beat a child to a pulp. It's not okay to sexually assault a child. There is something actually fundamental inside of us that is on a driving force towards life, love, freedom, the experience to live this beautiful world. And if somebody is intentionally interfering with that, you have an obligation to try and prevent or stop. You can override your impulses. I've wanted to hit somebody and not done it.
You've repressed it inside yourself and then attacked your customers right here.
I reach out in here.
Well, you're taking information that goes against what you say, and you're saying, I'm just going to refuse to put on my show because of it. It's like a fight to you. It doesn't match your belief system. So you're ready to fight. Your hands are shaking. When you say that you're going to not.
Check this shit out right here. Caught some dude stealing in our store. Watch this right here. He straight up pulls his dick out, flashes us his asshole. Here's me down there. Then this dude comes in, he says,
on the beautiful. Look closely. What do you see? Palestine, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, Egypt, and a small part of Turkey. And next to it is written, the Promised Land. What does this mean? Are Israel only fighting a defensive war? Or do they have a hidden agenda to continue to expand their land by taking over the countries around them?
Let's normalize not eating every single day. Let's normalize not eating until 12 or 2 p.m.
Jew, it's the Jew. It's the Jew.
If I ask you a picture of a Colombian person right now, you probably imagine someone who looks like this. Or this. Or this, right? But then you come to a city like Cartagena, and you realize that Colombians also look like this. Colombia has one of the largest African populations outside of Africa. You probably would.
All right, everyone. So this is
Why is it that Qatar, a nation of fewer than 350,000 citizens, is the largest foreign? Why is it that Qatar, a nation of fewer than 300?
I'm a Catholic, and Catholics do not embrace Zionism, just so you know. So are all Catholics anti-Semites, according to you?
As I said, anti-Zionism
by denying the right of the Jews to have their own state while not saying the same for any other peoples, that is a double standard, hypocrisy, and anti-Semitism.
So just to be clear, are Catholics anti?
Carrie, excuse me, I'm gonna interrupt the discussion.
Investment Professional Democracy. We listen, we go to church. Yeah. I'm a continuing single mother for 15 years old. My boy and I share the same bed.
People say it's lonely at the top, but damn, they lonely. So I said, you got more fame and more money than you ever had in your life.
It sounds very bitter.
I speak 8 languages. I know algebra 1, 2, and 3. I've never graduated school, never made it past 5th grade. I do mathematical equations and quadruples with algebra without even doing it on paper. You know, you ask me mathematical question, I bet you I can tell it to you right off the bat.
12 times 12.
And 12 times 12 is 91. 12 times 12, I'm sorry, 12 times 12, 909,967.
Word for word, verbatim, from the Jerusalem Post by Benjamin Netanyahu in 1990. If you get caught, they would just replace us with a person from the same cloth. So it doesn't matter what you do. America is a golden calf. We will suck it dry, chop it up, and sell it off piece by piece. There's nothing left but the world's biggest welfare state that we create and control. Why? Because it's God's will. And America is big enough to take the hit. We need to make it again and again and again. This is what we do to countries that we hate. We destroy them very slowly. Suffer for refusing to be our slaves. The advantage is people that is supposed to be our greatest ally. In 1990, we planned to destabilize America. And in the process, turning into a forever welfare state would take control and we would be enslaved. That's what Israelis are doing. The countries that they hate, they want to make them their slaves. So I can tell you that.
Me? I don't know about y'all niggas. My car is the fucking thing. I pay way too much money for that shit. What are you talking about? What?
Don't breathe through your lungs. Don't breathe when the oxygen's in the blood. You breathe through the blood, not through your lungs. That's part of our miseducation. Man typically hear without ears.